Alright, so Donald Trump is back on Twitter. He is back in the national spotlight with his presidential run being announced, and now Mr. Musk, who asked Twitter users about whether to bring back the former president, says the people have spoken and the people have said they want Trump back. Yeah. The people, as in 15 million people on Twitter. Yep, he in the 15 million votes on a Twitter poll, almost 52% were in favor of the president returning to Twitter. And the account went live shortly after. The former president's last tweet was from January 8th, 2021. You know, that was when he was posting his real bangers. Those were the best tweets. Those were, he was doing his best work. 2 days after Jan 6. Yeah, that was, those were his best tweets. And that's why he got banned, because he was tweeting too good. Yeah, his tweets were just, he was just tweeting up a storm, and they were like, okay, this man is tweeting too much. His tweets are getting too much attention. We just gotta ban him. The people have spoken, Mr. Musk said on Twitter. Trump will be instated. Vox Populi, Vox Dei, which means roughly the voice of the people is the voice of God. Okay, yeah. Almost 52%. Yeah, another close election. And the methodology of this election is questionable. So I say another stolen election. Stop the count. This was a stolen election. We were getting ready to win this election, and frankly, we did win this election, okay? I demand a recount. And I wonder if we actually do get another poll and over 50% is in favor of Trump remaining banned, if they will ban his account again, and that would be funny, actually. That would be a very funny thing to happen. And I wonder, like, if the poll went in the other direction, would Elon accept the results of that poll and say, yeah, I guess we shouldn't let Trump back on? Or would he say, yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway? Yeah, I hate to think that I could have been a part of this vote, but yeah, I just didn't know if my vote would have counted, right? What's the point in voting if my vote is going to be overridden? Right? Yeah, all Twitter polls are rigged. That's why I never do Twitter polls. And this is just after Trump announced he's going to run for president again. And honestly, if he is a presidential candidate, then you can make the case that he should have a Twitter account. I get it, right? After January 6th, he was still inciting violence. I think it's safe to say he was inciting violence on his accounts. He was doing some bad shit. He kept spreading lies about the election being stolen because he was still salty about the loss. He just couldn't take the L. If only he knew how to lose gracefully, he could have just kept his Twitter. But no, he just couldn't take that L. He just couldn't behave, and this is the result. This is what you get. That's what you get for destroying American democracy. You get your Twitter account taken away for 2 years. But yeah, now that he's running again, I think you can make the case that he should be allowed on Twitter, if he's an important figure again. Yeah, because he was not too important after he lost the election, right? Because nobody cared what he had to say anymore. Everyone was like, okay, can we be done with this guy already? Can we start ignoring him already? But no, he just won't go away. He says, I like Elon, but I'm staying on Truth. And Truth is the Cope site that he created, the Twitter clone. that he made so he can feel like he's still on Twitter, right? He can feel like he can still do the truths that will get likes and retruths and truth replies, right? It's also unclear if Musk would stick with his decision to allow Mr. Trump's account back on Twitter. Yes, he has changed course several times. He was pushing to develop new products and then changing his mind about what content to allow on the platform. Oh yeah, and he changed his decision on a lot of things, like his the whole Twitter Blue thing, right? He made several adjustments to that in real time as the problems with it were made apparent, right? Musk is a longtime self-described free speech absolutist. Yeah, but once he actually bought Twitter, he realized pretty quickly that free speech absolutism, as in allowing any speech on Twitter except that which is explicitly illegal, is not a good business strategy, right? You are not going to create a safe and comfortable environment for Twitter users that way. No. Yeah, Twitter is already losing a lot of ads, which is its primary revenue source, even after Musk rolled back his free speech absolutist stance. Yeah, he had hit the pause on creating new content rules. He said, this is funny, late last month, he said that Twitter would form a content moderation council to handle major content decisions on the platform, and that he would not make any moves on account reinstatements before the council convenes, and no council has been formed. He literally just made this up. Again, this is one of these tweets. He probably tweeted this where it's like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna form a council because that would be a good idea, but no, he never did. He just another one of Elon Musk's famous genius plans, which never comes to fruition because it was never going to. He never was going to do any of this. So on Friday, he tweeted that he was allowing some people back on Twitter, including Kathy Griffin and, of course, Jordan B. Peterson, who is, yeah. Honestly, let them all back on Twitter. Let Trump, let Jordan back on. Because, Twitter is more fun when you have people to dunk on, right? Twitter is for, fighting with other people, right? And arguing. And, honestly, with Trump gone, Twitter, kind of got a little boring, right? I mean, if you don't like Trump, you can just block him. And, actually, blocked is trending on Twitter with, many saying yes. Yeah. The first thing I did was, block Trump after he was reinstated. Yeah, this is basically what's happening. Elon is letting Trump play with his favorite new toy again. Cause yeah, he was the tweeter-in-chief for 4 years, and well, now we'll see if he actually stays on Truth. Does he actually think that he could make Truth Social like a Twitter alternative? But no, the whole point of Twitter is that everyone else is already on Twitter. So you can reach the largest audience possible by being on Twitter. That's why I'm on Twitter. I started being on Twitter even though I was already on Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, Discord, because Twitter is what everyone else is using, right? So yeah, and Kathy Griffin was banned because she did the severed Trump's head bit, which is, yeah, it was pretty cringy to do that, but yeah, she shouldn't have gotten banned. Was it the severed Trump head thing? Yeah, that was really cringy. It went a little too far. It's like, it wasn't even funny, right? It was just like, yeah, I want to kill Trump, which, hey, a lot of people can relate to, but yeah, it went too far. Oh yeah, good point. Mr. Musk always complained about bots, right? He made a Twitter problem with bot accounts a key issue in his buying Twitter, and a key issue in trying to get out of buying Twitter, right? We all remember that. Yeah, it's funny how he would use a poll in which bots could be voting to decide the issue and then assume the result reflects on some legitimate voice of the people. Yeah, first of all, you're polling like, probably he was polling mostly his own supporters, right? His own Twitter followers. Like, who else is going to vote on this Twitter poll? Apparently he just barely got more than 50%, but still. Yeah, clearly this vote was very biased, right? Definitely possible for small groups to create large numbers of accounts to manipulate features like polls. Yeah. It's funny because his complaint about bots is clearly a complaint about what he's really complaining about is people disagreeing with him, right? Because bot is what Elon Musk stands call people when they disagree with Musk. They're like, oh, you're just a bot. You're even when like you're obviously not a bot because you're speaking like human language. You're like creating original thoughts, but like still, no, you're a bot. You're a bot. It's literally like the way liberals say like, oh, people are Russian bots if they like criticize the Democrat Party or something. It's like literally they don't want to think that other human beings like disagree with them because that's like uncomfortable for them, so they have to believe like, oh no, there's no way I'm wrong. There's no way this many people disagree with me, so it has to be bots, right? That's, but like, it's ironic because it's kind of projection, really, because who is really more like a robot in this scenario? Who's like unthinkingly, like reflexively defending their favorite person by just posting like the same copy and paste responses, right? It's not even creative. Like I was called a lib, and I'm literally not a liberal. I'm so much cooler than a liberal. I'm left of liberal, okay? But I was called a lib and a bot on separate occasions, of course. Can't be like a liberal robot, that would be weird. But yeah. Yeah, if anyone is a robot, it's the Elon Musk fans. And if honestly, it makes sense that they're robots because they're like techno-futurists, right? They love robots. They probably want to be robots. Now, Elon Musk, didn't he say that like Tesla is making robots? Which is never going to happen, of course. Apparently they did come out with some kind of robot, but like it was the kind of like basic robotics that that had already been created like years before. Yeah, there are robotics like robotics clubs in colleges that like create basic robotics like skeletons, and that's basically what they came out with. It's like, yeah, give us something that we can show the media. It's like, oh, okay. Anyway, the Twitter reinstatement raises immediate concerns from misinformation experts and others. Yeah, Trump's spread a lot of misinfo, especially like after he lost the election. I mean, he hasn't stopped doing the misinfo. Just during his announcement speech, he said, yeah, some are saying that China might have hacked the elections. Just saying. You know, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying some people believe this. It's like, okay, now people believe this now because you just said it. Okay. Yep. Trump used Twitter to praise, cajole, lobby, and put forward his version of events, spread inaccurate information, announce policies on Twitter, even before his own staff had been told, wait, what? He's tweeting out shit even before he's telling his own staff? That's just stupid. Trump is just so, like, fucking retarded. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. Fuck it, dude. I'm saying it. Trump is literally mentally disabled. Probably, from one, he wasn't very smart to begin with. Two, he's old, and his brain is, like, falling apart. Three, he's on uppers. He's probably, like, been high on some form of uppers since, like, the 80s. He's probably doing cocaine in the 80s. And then he moved on to, like, Sudafed. That's what he's doing now, right? You can tell he goes through phases of, like, super energetic phases, and then when he's coming down, he's, like, very sleepy. He's sleepy Trump. Yeah, he takes uppers right before the he gets on a debate stage, or, like, does he's only done a few debates. Right before he gets on his rally stage. Remember during his debates with Hillary Clinton, he was sniffing a lot. Yeah, that means probably did a line right backstage before he came out. That would be really funny, actually. Yeah, when Trump does a tweet storm, that's when he just popped a Sudafed. And before the election, Trump tweeted comments that sowed doubt about the integrity of the vote. Yeah, he knew he was probably going to lose the election, so he was prompting his audience to disbelieve the results of the election. Yes, if he's been tweeting the same things that he's been saying on Truth Social, then he's going to, yeah, make Twitter a shithole again. If Trump returned to Twitter, it would also likely be a boost for his personal branding because he can now reach a far wider and more influential audience. Yeah, apparently he gained a lot of followers when he returned to Twitter. Yeah, again, like, Twitter is big because it's big, right? People want to use Twitter because everyone else is already using Twitter. Global leaders, journalists, technologists, celebrities, culture makers, these are the people that are on Twitter. Yeah, everyone famous is on Twitter. Even if Trump simply tweets links to his posts on Truth Social, that improves his brand. Of course, conservatives cheered Musk's decision. It was a victory for freedom of speech. Then, yeah, he's back as trending. Oh, Steven Crowder is being quoted in the New York Times. That's sad. It's a big middle finger to mainstream media, woke leftists, and big tech. Yeah, you're triggering those woke leftists by allowing Trump back on. Honestly, you are, but, like, I'm not triggered. I'm excited. I look forward to seeing the antics that Trump gets up to on Twitter. Yeah. You know, this is free speech, and I guess it's free speech, but again, yeah. Free speech should have its limits, and yeah, we've been over all that before. Trump has vacillated in his opinions of Mr. Musk. Yeah, like a lot of conservatives, he was very pro-Musk when he announced he was going to buy Twitter, and then kind of wishy-washy on him when he tried to back out of it, and now, who knows what he thinks of him now. He probably does not approve of the job that Musk was doing running Twitter, but now he probably likes Musk because he gave him Twitter back. He called Mr. Musk an insulting term in July at a rally in Alaska. What are you doing in Alaska, dude? You're probably going to win Alaska anyway. He's probably just like, yeah, just flying out to all his supporters just to bask in their love and adoration. So he called Musk an insulting term for apparently supporting his political opponents in the 2016 and 2020 elections, even though he told me he voted for me. Okay. And Trump said that Musk was when he was trying to back out of his agreement to buy Twitter, he got a pretty rotten contract. Is that like a own on Elon because like he didn't get a good contract? Yeah, Trump would be like, oh, I would have gotten such a better deal on Twitter. I would have bought in Twitter for like 20 billion, 10 billion, because I make the best deals in the world, believe me. Musk should have called me and asked for my advice. He should have called me and said, "Sir, Mr. Trump, sir, could you help me buy Twitter?" And I would have said, no problem, Elon boy. I got your back. And then last month, Trump declared himself very happy that Twitter is now in sane hands. Okay. And then on Truth Social, he added that he was glad Twitter will no longer be run by radical left lunatics and maniacs. Lunatics and maniacs capitalized that truly hate our country. Yeah. Yeah, it turns out that Twitter was not run by radical leftists. It was run by very sane people like programmers and actual technology people who were keeping Twitter running. And now that Elon is firing all those people and like forcing them to leave, really, incentivizing them really to quit, Twitter is falling apart. Yeah, there are rumors that Twitter is about to fall apart, of course. Like, people have been saying that for a while, but we'll see. We'll see if it actually happens. And allowing Trump back on Twitter would be the perfect way to just like solidify the death of Twitter. The perfect thing to happen right as Twitter's dying. Yeah, why is Elon doing this like right as like Twitter is dying was just trending just the other day? Maybe just to like change the story, just to change what people are talking about, just so people aren't talking about how Twitter is literally falling apart. They're talking about how the other ways in which Twitter is falling apart. The return of Mr. Trump's account could further deter Twitter's advertisers who are already leaving Twitter. Yeah. Which provide most of the revenue for the social media company, because the whole Twitter Blue, paying for Twitter Blue thing is not really working out. Apparently only like 22,000 people have actually bought Twitter Blue, and as we've seen, some of those people are troll accounts who are using their verified status to spread misinformation. Me, when I purposefully spread misinformation on the internet. Teehee. Yeah, that's always fun to do. So, General Motors and other brands paused their spending on Twitter after Musk's takeover of the company, especially a new system that allowed anyone to pay for a checkmark. Caused chaos, yeah. Yeah, and now more advertisers are being asked to leave Twitter, and you know, can't blame that. Can't blame them for leaving. Any advertiser still funding Twitter should immediately pause all advertising. President of the NAACP. And in the Elon Musk Twitter sphere, you can cite an insurrection at the US Capitol, which lead to the deaths of multiple people, and still be allowed to spew hate speech and violent speech. Yeah, we all know what Trump did. Yeah, we all know it's bad. I do like this picture. Baby Trump and Daddy Elon. Elon is kind of a man-child himself, but yeah. Yeah, I look forward, maybe, yeah, giving Trump more influence will allow him to split the Republican Party, because like a lot of Republicans, especially like the high-level Republicans who are in charge of things, they know that Trump is like a toxic brand that like can't win elections. The problem is like the base of the party, the actual voters, they are still pro-Trump. They say that you can't win an election as a Republican without the Trump base, but the Trump base is not enough to win elections, which puts Republicans in a very tight, very difficult place, because like we've seen a lot of Republicans just barely lost their elections in these midterms, right? A lot of Republicans which were endorsed by Trump lost. All the election deniers certainly lost.